uncensored. Hi Facebook Live. It's been a minute. I hope you guys can hear me all right. If not, I am recording. Welcome to the first episode of the Get Up 10 podcast. It's been a long time coming, a little bit too long, but my plan is to go live on Facebook as well as record, and I will be putting this podcast on multiple platforms. So if you can't hear me now, which hopefully you can, definitely check back for those other platforms. I'm so excited to birth my baby, my purpose baby. Definitely not pregnant. Before somebody hops up in the comments with that. But no, I'm so excited to bring you guys my podcast and my brand. It's been a process to get here, but here we are on a beautiful Monday. Thank God it's Monday. I think at the end of the day, when it comes to doing what you know that you want to do and what you're called to do, the biggest thing is just doing it. Literally, Nike is so genius with that, because it's literally as simple as just doing it. So here I am, just doing it. T-shirt and basketball shorts, just the real me, because that's what I'm going to bring every week, is the real me, and I hope you guys will bring the real you too. So yeah. Guys, I like to talk a lot, and I'm a little bit all over the place, so I got my notes. So I just wanted to talk about, first off, the journey, like I've been saying, and as I'm calling this, to get to this point, to actually go live and record and stuff. So what month is it? I don't even know. September. So in July, I was blessed with the opportunity to go out to Denver, Colorado for the Woman Evolve conference, hosted by Sarah Jakes Roberts, who is definitely one of my influences. And that was just a life-changing experience. That's really where I got the confirmation and the confidence to just step out and launch my business, my brand, my baby, what's been going on in the inside of me. That's where I really got the courage to just be you know what, let's do this. You only got one shot at life, so let's do this. I've always, not always, but within the past few years, God has definitely put an interest for entrepreneurship on my heart, but I just didn't know how it was going to manifest. And so I finally figured that out. And so I was on fire. I was we're about to do this. We're about to go all out. We're about to change the world. And I was doing my research on how to make my own podcast and how to create a logo, how to trademark, just all this stuff, which is good stuff. And I'm definitely going to get back to it. But I got caught up on the details, which isn't a bad thing. But I feel sometimes when you get too caught up in those things, it stops you from just doing what you're supposed to do. So that being said, I was on fire in July, ready to just launch my purpose and do my thing. And then the month of August came, and I don't really know what happened. Life happened, but that's never really an excuse to, stop from doing what you have to do. Because life is going to happen no matter what, And honestly, this summer has just not really been what I had planned, but it was what God had planned. So yeah, I just let life hold me back, and I just got kind of lazy and just when I get money, I'm gonna do my podcast. When I get motivation, I'm gonna do my podcast. And I just started making all these excuses. But I see you guys on Facebook Live, by the way, but I want to focus. But I'll definitely get back to you guys later. Yeah, so I don't know what happened in August, but I just lost motivation. And then on top of that, I was traveling, literally all over the United States. I went from New York to North Carolina, back to New York, I was supposed to go to California, but I didn't make it to California because I wanted to go back to New York. My family's a little salty about that, but whatever. So I just did all this traveling, and I was with other people, and I'm definitely a people person, but I need that time to myself to reset, so I don't hurt nobody. And I didn't really get that time, and so I just felt kind of in a fog. So last week I went to Philadelphia to see Eric Thomas speak live with the Ignite the Dream tour, which was definitely awesome. And if you are in the New York, New Jersey area, definitely check him out. He's going to be in New York on December 2nd. But yeah, so I went to go see him talk out in Philly, and Inky spoke, and what I really got from that weekend was to just like stop playing around with what you know that you're supposed to do. Like if there's a book on your heart, a podcast, a business, like whatever's on your heart, like stop playing around with that and just do it. Because life changes so fast, like literally. Like in the blink of an eye, like things change. And I don't know about you guys, but that's been really evident to me lately. So after Philly, I was just like, yo, I need my clarity back because I gotta launch this podcast. I gotta launch my business. So I took a social media break last week and it was awesome. The only thing I really missed was like posting my statuses because I hear so many like just gems and fire things during the week and I want to share that with you guys. So I did miss posting my statuses. But that clarity and just that time to just focus on myself was awesome. And it's crazy that it's even to the point where I really had to like drag my feet to take a break from social media. Like that's crazy, but that's how it is. But last weekend in Philly just made me realize that like whatever God's gonna do with your life is way bigger than social media. Yeah, social media is a great tool, but like at the end of the day, what you're gonna do with your life, if it's meant to be like social media or anybody on this planet or whatever, like nothing's gonna stop you from doing what you gotta do and from you from reaching the people that you gotta reach. And so I had to like realize that and finally just say like, okay, no more social media for a minute. And so I did that and it was great. And now I'm back going live with Get Up 10, which I'm gonna explain to you guys why I decided to call it that in a second. But yeah, just to like wrap up on everything I just said about even just getting to this point of like going live and recording. One of the things that I said, like I said, that stood out to me when I was just taking a week to get my mind right was that life is short. And what are you leaving behind? Like, what is your legacy? And I'm going to try to stay emotional because I'm emotional. But, yeah, like, life changes so fast between death or sickness or Hurricane Florence. Like, people's lives are changed. People didn't plan to have a hurricane come through their house, you know? And nobody knows what tomorrow brings. So, like, what are you doing with now? Like, my brother went back to school in California. That's why I was driving out there. And he told me to focus on the now. That being said, I just wanted to share this quote from, I believe it's Les Brown. But, I don't know, the internet, you never know. Because everybody's stealing everybody's stuff. But, so, the graveyard is the richest place on earth because it is here that you find all the hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled, the books that were never written, the songs that were never sung, the inventions that were never shared, the cures that were never discovered, all because someone was too afraid to take that first step, keep with the problem, or determined to carry out their dream. I don't know if I read that right. But basically, like, I wasn't going to let the graveyard have what I have to give to this earth. And so many people do that. And I think that's what separates, like, the people that we remember in life from, like, those that are just forgotten and don't leave anything behind. Is, like, the people who weren't afraid to just go out and, like, do what they're supposed to do. And honestly, like, as a society, we kind of made procrastination, like, okay. And I'm not even mad at that because I'm definitely part of the problem. Well, I used to be. You know, like, in school, when you got to class and you were like, oh, like, did you do the homework? Did you study? And somebody was like, nah, I didn't start that yet. You were like, okay, cool. And I kind of had that mentality for so long, just like, oh, leave it to the last minute. But as I continue on in life, I realized that you really can't live like that because you don't know what tomorrow brings. And it's funny because when I was trying to get a little cute background for you guys or whatever and work with what I have now, I bought this tapestry for my senior year of college, which was last year. Just graduated in May. But yeah, I got this tapestry for my room, and it says "Make it happen." And that's literally as simple as it is, just make it happen. So I thought that was the perfect background, even though it might be a little backwards, for this first episode of the podcast, because this is really what this is. It's just me making it happen. Like, I definitely don't have all the money in the world, all the resources in the world. Well, that's a lie. I do. They're coming. But in this moment right now, I'm really just working with what I got. And then one more thing about just the shortness of life. This is from James chapter 4, I believe. Now listen, you who say, today or tomorrow we will go to this or that city or spend a year there or carry on business and make money. Why? You do not even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if it is the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that. As it is, you boast in your arrogant schemes. All such boasting is evil. If anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is sin for them. That being said, just, always check in with the Lord. Because we make all these plans, but, what control do we have over if they happen or not? So, definitely just check in with the Creator to see, what are you supposed to do with your life? Because isn't that what we all want to know at the end of the day? And then, once it's clear what you're supposed to do, do it. Don't wait. Just do it. And if it's not perfect, if you don't have all the words, forget all that. Forget all the excuses, because excuses get you back in the graveyard. So I just wanted to remind you guys that everything that you need to do what you want to do, you already have it. And you just need to believe that. So, on to the next page. For those of you who don't already know me, I wanted to give you the chance to get to know me. And for those of you who already know me, maybe you'll find out something that you didn't already know. Y'all are on Facebook that are listening or watching. So you know my name is Ginger. I'm 21 years old. I know I'm a baby, blah, blah, blah. For now, but I'm claiming my youth. I'm from Rockland County, New York, which if you're from the city, that's upstate. But if you're really from New York, you know it's not upstate at all. And I was actually born in Englewood, New Jersey. I like to call myself a fake Jersey girl because I love New Jersey. Most people hate on New Jersey, but I love New Jersey. I was born there. I feel like I lived out my life there because I went to high school in New Jersey at Hawthorne Christian Academy. I graduated in 2014. And then I just graduated this year from the College of Mount St. Vincent, and I am a nurse. Hey, Nurse Bay. Yeah, I got my bachelor's in nursing. So if you're going through that struggle, hit me up because we'll definitely get you through that. You can do it. And also, this weekend I heard somebody say that they're too old to go back to nursing school. That's a lie. There's no age limits on living out your life. So yeah, also, fun fact, if you didn't know, most people don't know this because I'm so girly, but I played ball my whole life. I played basketball in college. Ball was life. Kind of. I was the captain of my high school team, and AAU was honestly some of the best years of my life, for real. If you get a chance to travel and do what you love, do it, because oh my gosh, I lived for the weekends and my tournaments, and also I met some awesome people and coaches that I'm still in contact with to this day. So yes, I played basketball until college. I also played soccer and ran track in high school, but those weren't really my loves. Basketball is definitely what I was dedicated to. And basketball also taught me a lot of my life lessons, believe it or not, which will definitely be coming to you through this podcast as we go together. My favorite color is purple, okay? I love purple. People think I like pink because I wear it a lot more, but I love purple, the color of royalty. It's my family's favorite color. Literally everybody in my family, their favorite color is purple. I love purple. I don't know if I got any purple fans out there, but yeah, purple and glitter. You can't really see my nails, but that's what we're about. I'm the oldest out of 4, which, well, I don't know what to say about that, but nah, I love my siblings. Honestly, I might be the oldest, but I definitely go to them with my life because all of my siblings are super mature. So we're 2 and 2 girls and 2 boys. My sister used to hate her, but she's my best friend now. And then my 2 brothers are I just love them so much. I have so much respect for them, and I'm so proud of the men that they're growing up into. My youngest brother is actually my twin, but he's so full of energy that it's a little too much for me because I'm grown now and I'm trying to be in my happy place, and he's just bouncing off the walls. But all that said to say, I love all my siblings, and one of the greatest things that I am in this life is their sister, real talk. My parents, gotta talk about them, are the reason I am who I am, for sure. Try not to get emotional again. Yeah, I obviously wouldn't be here without them. I've been so blessed to just witness their relationship throughout my life. They're still together. Yay. I don't know how many years. I'm too lazy to do the math right now, but yeah. So my mom is Puerto Rican, so that makes me Puerto Rican, Boricua. And my dad is African American. Once I do that ancestry DNA stuff and figure out like where in Africa I'm from, I'll let you guys know, and then I could have a little bit more pride in that. But for now, I'm Puerto Rican and Black, and I'm super proud of that. I own both sides just the same, and I love my skin. I love who I am. So, speaking of love, I love driving, which is funny because a lot of people don't really like it. Like, people will be like, oh, I have to drive 20 minutes, it's so far. And me, I'm like, 2 hours? Yeah, that's a day trip, we could do that. And it's actually funny that I made these notes a little bit ago when I was like all motivated, but this stuff, the content is pretty much the same. So yeah, I love driving, but it's funny because like I haven't had a car all summer, but that's forced me to like dig deeper within myself and like do things for myself, because I was like, I don't have a car, so I can't go to the gym, but I had to like get my butt up and go walk outside, and it just made me be creative in getting to what I wanted to get to. But yeah, I love driving, so if anybody wants to pay me, I'm not on Lyft yet, but it might be coming soon, but if you want to pay me to drive you around, I will. I also really love food. Like, I don't think it's natural how much I love food. It's a lot, yeah. I really love food. Like, I get excited just thinking about what I'm gonna eat. I literally dream about food. I don't know if anybody else dreams about food, but I do. And then, like, once I had a dream about it, I have to have it. Like, it's a little out of hand. But it's cool, you know, because you need food, so I'm not mad. And I try to eat kind of healthy. Well, balance is key to life. And I love art. It's crazy because in like middle school and high school, like, you know, you have art class. That's part of your curriculum. Or at least my high school, like that was, you know, that was part of school, everyday school. And then I got to college and I focused more so on being a nursing major, which is a lot, and an athlete. So I kind of let like the creative side of me fall behind. But now that I'm done with school, I'm definitely all about like getting back in touch with that creative side, because I think we all have a creative side, but we don't engage it. And I think that's like disowning part of yourself, because you will find some powerful things within that creative side, you know, of yourself. And creativity manifests itself in so many different ways. So me personally, like, I like to look at art. I like to color. I don't care how old I am, I'll be coloring until I die. I like to paint. I like colors in general. Like, I like getting physical, like using my hands to make stuff. Like, that is right up my alley and my lane. Because of that, I also like baking. I gotta work on the whole cooking thing. To be honest, I've kind of been spoiled. But yeah, like, I'm a big advocate for expressing yourself creatively. I'm a proud member of Breathe University. Be you strong. Let me tell you something. Actually, first of all, I'm also proud to be leading the Single Woman Suite for New York City. So if you're just an advocate for single women, or you are a single woman, or whatever, like, definitely check that out. Plug for Tawana Harvey and her ministry. She's awesome. She's blessed my life in so many ways. But speaking of Breathe University and the Single Woman Suite, I definitely recommend that if you're serious about getting to the next level and where you need to be in life, like, surround yourself with people who are on that same, like, level, on that same focus, like, that go-getter mentality. Whatever you want to do, like, there's literally people out there that want to do it too, or already have done it. And if nobody's done it, then you could be the first. Like, literally, I mean, I think it's a lie. Like, we think that we need support to go do what we have to do, which, don't get me wrong, like, support is important, but sometimes when you just do what you're supposed to do, like, the right people will come along. So, definitely advocate for getting around people that are doing what you want to do. So, I'm a dreamer. And long story short, when it comes to my dreams, like, I just want to travel the world and love on people. I don't know if that's corny or not, but that's literally all I want to do with my life, is travel and meet people. Because I think we, like, misplace our focus when we think about things or, like, just stupid stuff. When really, like, what's important in life is people. you'd be surprised. Like, everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has something to bring to the table. So I'm definitely a people person, and I encourage you to get out your shell if you're shy and talk to some people. Like, you'd be surprised what happens when you just talk. Point in case here. Yeah, my mouth has kind of been a blessing and a curse, but right now it's a blessing as I'm doing this podcast. Yeah, so I just want you guys to see that when it comes to like touching other people's lives or being successful, you really don't need a crazy story. If you have a crazy story, good for you, because like something I've been learning is that the lower you are in life, the deeper your foundation is to go where you want to go. So I don't have that crazy sob story. That wasn't God's will for my life, but I'm still dedicated to like being successful and reaching lives and touching people. And that sounds kind of weird. I meant touching lives, not touching people. But I do like hugs. Yeah, so I don't know if you're like me and you don't really think that there's anything special about you, like scratch that, like forget that. Like, you do have something to give. Yeah, so my business is going to be called Agape Ain't Glamorous, which I know some of you are like, what? What does that mean? What is agape? Like, well, I'll definitely go into that more at another time, but Agape Ain't Glamorous is just my way of being the change I want to see in the world, and that change is really just like love, long story short. And it's also kind of a purity movement, but this is not your mama's purity movement. Like, we're not about to be wearing long sleeve shirts and skirts and staying away from the bad stuff. Like, obviously that's all good, but when I think about purity, I think that we kind of got it twisted. Like, to think that purity just has to do with sex is honestly like selling it way short. So I wanted to talk about purity and for a couple seconds. I love the dictionary. Like, I don't know where that came from, but I don't know, maybe it was my father, because every time I had a question growing up, it was like, look it up. You got a smartphone. You got a dictionary. So that being said, I went and looked up the definition of pure. So pure means not mixed or adulterated with any other substance or material. Some other words for pure are unadulterated, uncontaminated, unmixed, undiluted, unalloyed, and unblended. Another definition, without any extraneous and unnecessary elements, free of contamination. Some other synonyms, or synonyms as some people say. Clean, clear, fresh, sparkling, unpolluted, uncontaminated, untainted. And I love that definition that says without any extraneous or unnecessary elements. Because think about your life. Like, who wants all this extra stuff in your life? Like, who wants unnecessary stuff in your life? None of us. And so I just feel like if you're what's the word? If you're like dedicated to living your life without the BS, without the extra stuff, and you just want like good stuff for your life, like real stuff for your life, like none of this fake, like just hollow stuff. Like, if you want substance for your life, then you want purity for your life. It's really as simple as that. And so that's the kind of purity movement that I want to see happen in more of our lives. Just striving for that next level and wanting the best for yourself, because that's definitely what I'm doing, and it's a process, but it's definitely worth it. So lastly, I just want to talk about Get Up 10 a little bit. The name of my podcast. Some of you might know where that's from, and some of you are like, Get Up 10, what does that mean? Alright, so Get Up 10 is, the name is actually after Cardi B song, Get Up 10, from her album Invasion of Privacy. And well, I definitely do not like condone everything that Cardi B does. Like, there's a lot to be learned from her story, and I kind of feel like that applies to life in general. Like, you don't have to agree with everything that everybody's doing, but you could definitely learn from people. Yeah, so I got a lot of respect for Cardi B. I kind of knew about her like before she got to where she is now because of my college roommate. Yeah, back when she was still a stripper, like on Instagram, I found out about her before she even like blew up to where she is at now. And even just to see her like level up and just follow her dreams and not let life or haters or any of that stop her. Like, what? Like, who's not down for that? Like, do you know what would happen if more people were just authentically themselves and just did what they wanted to do and didn't let anything stop them? What? So, in this song, Get Up 10, she says, knock me down 9 times, but I get up 10. Look myself in the mirror, I said, we gon' win. Knock me down 9 times, but I get up 10. And that's really the message that I want to bring to you guys is just, like, win. And if you get knocked down 9 times, you better get up 10. Like, sometimes you just, I don't know where I heard this. I don't know if it was, like, in person or, like, on my phone. But somebody said, like, sometimes you have to tell life, like, you still ain't knocked me out yet. And that's really what this is about. It's just, as long as you're alive, like, keep going. Yeah. So with this podcast, I just want to show you guys, and, like, we're literally going to talk about everything because I like to talk about everything. I don't know. There's nothing off the table for me. Like, we could talk about it all. The main point of my podcast is going to be that all your choices matter, but one choice isn't the end of the world. So I think we make this mistake of, especially like people my age and younger, we just think that we have all the time in the world to like do whatever we want and, you know, like put it all on Instagram and live it up and YOLO and all this stuff, which like to an extent is true, but like all of our choices matter. Like the stuff that you do now, some of the stuff I'm doing now is going to affect me in like 10, 20 years from now. But that being said, like, if I make the wrong choice right now, it's not the end of the world. And it's nothing that I can't bounce back from as long as I still got breath in my lungs. And I just want you guys to have that spirit, too, of just, like, whatever I'm going through in life, it is not the end. And it is nothing that nobody else hasn't been through, whether they want to talk about it or not. I choose to talk about it. So, as I finish up this first podcast, I just wanted to read Jeremiah 29:11 to you guys, which says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. So with that said, guys, we're going to win. And if you believe that, there's nothing that you can't accomplish. So, thanks for tuning in to the first episode of Get Up 10. I'm still working out the details of like how this is all gonna work, but I will be coming to you guys every week. And thank you guys for tuning in on Facebook Live. Love you all. Gotta figure out how to end this.